Over 60% of Google searches now end without a single click. No website visited, no link open. The answer just appears. And if you are a SaaS startup running a traditional SEO strategy, you are building on a foundation that is quite crumbling. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact framework we use to take SaaS brands from zero to 100,000 in organic traffic while actually generating pipeline and revenue. Not just rankings, not just traffic, revenue. Let's get into that. Here's the real reason why SaaS SEO fails. It's not because SEO doesn't work. It's because most SaaS startups are doing SEO like it's a blogging exercise. They pick keywords based on search volumes and they publish content based on what competitors are writing. They track rankings and page views, and then 6 months later, they wonder why no one or none of it is showing up in demos and revenue. And here's what is actually happening: content is being created without a revenue strategy behind it. Every blog post exists in isolation. There is no map from the article to the product page to the demo booking. Traffic comes in, traffic leaves, and no one knows why it isn't converting. The second problem is intent. Most SaaS SEO strategies target informational keywords without making content to how buyers actually evaluate tools. Someone reading your blog post about how to improve team productivity is not the same as someone searching for the best project management software for remote teams. One is curious and the other is buying. And the most SaaS content is built entirely for the curious person while ignoring the person who is ready to make a decision. The third problem is one almost nobody talks about: AI search. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, these platforms are now part of how your buyer research tools. And most SaaS brands have zero visibility in any of them. And if you are not optimizing for AI driven discovery, you are already invisible in a channel that is growing faster than any other channel. How SaaS SEO has changed. Let me give you the current reality first. SEO in 2025 and beyond is not just about ranking on Google. It's about presence across an ecosystem: Google, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Reddit, and LinkedIn. Your buyers are moving across all of these before they even book a demo with you. And here's the growth pattern most founders don't expect. SaaS SEO is non-linear. In the first 3 to 6 months, almost nothing seems to be happening. Slow rankings, low traffic, and minimal leads. Most startups give up there, but the ones who stay consistent hit a compounding effect where growth starts accelerating rapidly, and the patience phase is the price of admission. The mistake is quitting before the compounding begins. Phase 1: build the foundation, 0 to 5k traffic. Alright, let's talk about the actual framework. Phase 1 is 0 to 5,000 in monthly traffic, and the goal here is not to go viral, the goal is to capture existing demand. There are people right now searching for exactly what your product solves. Your job in phase 1 is to get in front of them, and here is how. First, define your ICP and their search behavior, not just who they are, but how they search. What words do they use when they are frustrated? What do they type into Google at 11 p.m. when something in their business isn't working? That is your keyword strategy. Second, target bottom funnel keywords first. This is counterintuitive for more people. Everyone wants to go after high volume informational terms, but a keyword with 200 monthly searches from someone who is actively comparing tools is worth 10 times more than a keyword with 10,000 or 1,000 searches from someone who is just curious. Best CRM for early stage startups, project management software for remote engineering teams. These are the keywords that convert. Start there. Third, create problem led content, not just product first content, not featured list, content that starts with the problem your buyer is experiencing and walks them towards the solution, which happens to be your product. Fourth, set up the technical basics: clean site structure, fast loading pages, proper indexing, schema markup. This is not glamorous work, but without it, nothing else compounds. Fifth, distribute early. Don't publish and pray. Share your content in communities, reference it to LinkedIn posts, and get in front of the people who will link it or share it further. Distribution is the part of SEO strategy, not separate from it. Phase 2, build authority. 5 to 30K traffic. Phase 2 is 5,000 to 30,000 monthly visitors. Now you have some traction. Now it's time to build depth. The strategy here is topic clusters. Instead of writing random individual posts, you build interconnected content that converts an entire subject thoroughly. One pillar page at the center, supporting articles linked to it. Each piece reinforcing the overall authority of your site on that topic. This is what Google rewards with consistent rankings, and it is also what makes you citable in AI search. When your content clusters covers a topic from multiple angles and with depth and clarity, AI system recognizes you as an authoritative source and pulls you from your content when answering related queries. In phase 2, you also start balancing your content mix. Phase 1 was almost entirely bottom funnel. Phase 2 adds a middle funnel content, comparison pages, use case articles, and integration guides. Content that speaks to someone who knows they have a problem and is now evaluating solutions. Internal linkings becomes critical here. Every piece of content should be connected to something above it and something below it in the funnel. A blog post about the problem links to the comparison page, and the comparison page links to the product page. The product page has the demo CTA, and that is the conversion pathway. That is what turns SEO into revenue. You also start building backlinks and mentions in phase 2, not through link schemes, through producing content that is genuinely useful enough that people reference it. Original data, frameworks, industry analysis, content that earns links because it deserves them. Phase 3, scale the system. 30K to 100K traffic. Phase 3 is 30,000 to 100,000 monthly visitors, and at this stage, SEO stops being a set of activities and it becomes a system. And the first lever you pull is programmatic SEO. Programmatic SEO means creating a large number of pages based on structured data and templates, targeting a huge range of specific long tail queries that would be impossible to cover manually. For a SaaS product, this might look like best tool for X use case in Y industry. Integrate your software with Z platform. X software alternative for Y team size. Hundreds and thousands of variations, each one capturing a specific segment of demand that your competitors haven't bothered to target. The second level at scale is AI search dominance. By phase 3, you should be showing up not just in Google results but in ChatGPT answers, Perplexity citations, and Gemini responses. This requires GEO, generative engine optimization, structuring your content so it is machine readable, clear sections, answer first formatting, and consistent entity signals. The same content doing double duty, ranking on Google, and being cited in AI answers. The third lever is the distribution flywheel. Your content should not just exist on your website. It should be feeding LinkedIn posts, it should be referenced in communities your buyers are in, and it should be repurposed into formats that reach your audience wherever they are. Content that is created once but distributed in 10 different directions compounds much faster than content that sits on a single blog page. And the fourth lever is conversion optimization. At scale, even a small improvement in a conversion across high traffic pages has a massive impact on pipeline. What is the CTA on your most visited pages? Is it asking for the right action from the right type of visitor? Are you capturing leads or just counting page views? These are the questions that separate SEO that drives traffic from SEO that drives revenue. The metrics that actually matter. Let me be direct about measurement. Traffic is not the goal, pipeline is. I see SaaS teams celebrating 10,000 monthly visitors while their demo bookings haven't moved. This is not a win. This is a warning sign. Here's what to actually track. First, pipeline contribution. How much of your new pipeline originated from organic search, not last touch, full journey? If someone found you through a blog post 3 months ago, that is SEO pipeline. Second, SQLs and demo bookings from organic traffic. Connect your analytics to your CRM. Track which pages are generating sales qualified leads. Optimize those pages relentlessly. Third, page level conversion performance. Not every page converts equally. Some pages bring in thousands of visitors and generate zero leads. Other pages bring in 100 visitors and books 5 demos. Know which is which. Invest accordingly. Fourth, CAC impact from SEO. Organic traffic lowers your customer acquisition cost because it compounds without continuous spend. As your SEO matures, your CAC from this channel should be dropping. If it isn't, there is a conversion problem somewhere. Fifth, intent over volume. A keyword with 200 monthly searches from a buyer actively comparing tools is more valuable than a keyword with 20,000 searches from someone who is just browsing. Build your content strategy around intent, not vanity metrics. SEO plus GEO, the combined approach. One more thing I want to cover because most SaaS SEO guides completely ignore this. GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Your buyers are using ChatGPT to research tools. They are asking Perplexity to compare options, and they are getting Gemini to summarize categories. And if your brand is not showing up in those answers, you are invisible in a channel that is already influencing purchasing decisions. GEO is not separate from SEO, it's an extension of it. The same content quality signals that help you rank on Google, clear structure, strong entity signals, authoritative depth, also determine whether AI systems cite your brand. The difference is precision. AI systems chunk your content into small pieces and evaluate each piece independently. So every section of your page needs to be clear enough to stand alone. Answer first formatting, one idea per section, and consistent terminology throughout. No vague hedged language, and get this right and your content works across both channels simultaneously. That is the leverage that most SaaS brands are not using yet. Let me ground all of this in numbers. Our own site, 0 to 9 Marketing, gets 55 referrals from Google and 11 from ChatGPT every month organically. No paid traffic, and across 50 plus brands we have worked with, 40% average traffic increase within 6 months and 150% increase in AI citations in 6 months. One B2B client generated around 30 to 40 leads in the third month of onboarding, and which would generate him around 4,000 to 5,000 pounds monthly extra. And another, a development agency, generated the first lead for their company in just the second month of onboarding. These results don't come from publishing more content, they come from building a system where every piece of your content has a purpose, every page has a conversion pathway, and every metric ties back to the revenue. This is what SEO looks when it is treated as a growth channel. If you are running a SaaS startup and your SEO is generating traffic but not generating demos or pipeline, the system is broken somewhere, and it's usually one of these three places: wrong keywords, broken content pathways, or no GEO layer. We can show you exactly where. Comment your problem and I'll tell you specifically what needs to change. No generic advice, no 50-page report that you'll never read, just a clear, direct breakdown of what to fix and what not to fix. Link in the description. See you in the next one.